Today we're going old school networking, back to where I was 6 months ago before I took a break due to personal matters. One of the things I get asked is about how do I choose a good event, or how do I decide if someone's a good person to meet. And one of the things I've been telling people recently is the venue makes the event. So what I mean by that is if you have it in a Super 8 motel, I expect you to be selling me insurance or real estate. If you have it in a conference center, I expect chairs. I have to sit down. I have to listen to a speech. And maybe there'll be some time in the hallway where you're not yelling at me to go sit down. If you have it in a park or something, it's a social gathering. If you have it in an expensive restaurant, I expect captive audience required where you try to sell me something. If you have it in the house, I expect intimate, friendly discussion. So picking your venue is important, and if you are deceitful with your venue, you're a bad person. Like if you hold a house party and then everyone has to sit down and listen to you speak for 45 minutes to an hour. Shame on you. So second, how do you pick people? My biggest trick to that is repetition and actually caring. So for every person you meet that you actually want to keep in touch, find something interesting about them that you actually like, and remember that so that you remember them fondly, truly, because you can't fake it. And then keep in touch with that person for as long as possible to see if your suspicions were proper. So if you met that person, you're like, this person feels shady, and you stay in touch with them, and over the course of 6 months, they do shady shit, you learn that your intuition is accurate. So I've done that for about 10,000 people over the course of 3 years, about 1,100, 1,200 events. And you just learn when your intuition is right, when your intuition is wrong, and after a while, it's like a fine-tuned instrument. You just get better at it. So unfortunately, repetition is the answer. You start to examine social cues. Like if someone comes up and tries to hand you their business card, they don't know what they're doing, in which case they're probably not C-suite, high net worth, or like high value individual. They're most likely an employee or a salesperson. So those are red flags. Note that. And then genuinely the conversation is, do they actually care about you, or do they care about what you can provide them? So one of my biggest things has been curating a community of friends so I can keep in touch with them. So I have 400 or 500 friends in a WhatsApp group, and I do my best to stay in touch with them multiple times a month. So that's worked wonders for me. Also, I think it just builds true relationships where putting people in your phone number contacts and hoarding them like Pokemon cards is just not a good way to build relationships. It's just a good way to have your name show up on their phone when you call and then roll your eyes because it's that guy again. So don't be that guy. Build relationships. And then my number one thing would be go to an event to only meet 1 to 3 good people. Like 1 is your success, 2 is crazy, and 3 is like outrageous. But the reason for that is it takes 20 to 40 minutes to properly know somebody. So if you go to an event with 100 people and you meet 100 people, you don't know any of them. But if you go to an event with 100 people and you leave with 3 personal friends, that event was more successful than giving your business card to every person there. So my suggestion would be make it a goal to leave with relationships and friends, not phone numbers and contacts. So yeah, it takes more time, takes more effort, but you end up with a lot less business cards to throw away. A lot less people calling you, asking you for things, favors, deals, and more people calling you just asking how are you and how they can help. So that's my knowledge drop for today. Reach out, say hi, don't be a stranger. Also, if you made it to the end of this video, since I'm guessing most of you haven't, text me the word network